Hello, Rene. Welcome to Hera Interviews. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Mercy. How are you? So good to see you.
You too. You're on the other side of the camera
I
today.
know it's very strange. I've been so used to doing interviews, but it is so lovely when people want to hear about my story and I can share what I've been up to. So thank
Yeah.
you.
So you are Rene Byrd, the musician and an ambassador to the Nelson Mandela Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, definitely. So just to correct, because the foundation is different, it's the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. I think the foundation is the South African arm. So yes, wow. Well, I'm Rene Byrd, and I'm so grateful to be on the Hera channel talking about myself. I'm a singer-songwriter, influencer, an ambassador for the most amazing icon, Nelson Mandela Children's Fund in the UK. And yeah, my career started from very, very young. I was in the industry from young, and my father, who was also back in the 80s signed to RCA, which is a major record label. So as a child, I was always in studios and watching festivals, being on side stage on a speaker while Sade and Sting are performing. So music has always been around me. My uncle is a prolific man of Christ. He is a bishop for a church. And he also used to, back in the day, have his own channel, his own gospel show. So TV and music was something I always was involved in, and watching my dad or watching my uncle. My other uncle, he also was a producer for BBC for Songs of Praise. So I think every facet of my life, I've always been around music. And I got into it a bit later because they wanted me to make sure I was educated, which I think was the best thing for me, because that has helped self-fund my career as we speak. So I went in a bit later, but I feel also through experiences in life that enabled me to be able to write songs, to be able to sing the way I do. Because I think you've got to have something, some story to tell before you can sing. I think if you're just singing something else and it's not something you've created, it doesn't become authentic. So I believe my journey has helped me be able to sing the way I do and the songs that I could create.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow. This week has been International Women's Week, and
Yeah.
we're also yet to celebrate Mother's Day as well. So on this platform, I know you did participate in something to do with International Women's Day.
I did.
You feel passionate about the whole feminine thing and women's issues. So tell us a little bit about your thoughts on International Women's Day.
Yes, well, International Women's Day should be a day every single day. I don't think we need one day. I think we need it to be celebrated continuously. But we have a day, and it's a day for us as women globally to come together, to champion each other, to make sure that or any political things that need changing and any things and issues that need to be highlighted are highlighted. So it's a day which is so exceptional that all women from all walks of life globally can literally champion each other and celebrate what we are as women. I think we are amazing, and we are mothers. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday, but we're mothers, we're wives, we're friends, we're cousins. And I don't know about you, obviously, Mercy, and I know you are amazing. We're all trying to juggle so many different things and still be tremendous at what we do. So I'm very much empowering for women. I was very blessed to be on a panel for Femme Foundry, which is also connected to Hera. And I was speaking about the challenges that we face as women and how we can overcome that. And it was amazing. It was a panel of men too, speaking on behalf of us. And I think that's really powerful. So I think, listening to the audience, we need to celebrate each other. We need to empower each other. I'm very big about fixing each other's crowns, no competition. We're all together in this. So that's what it means to me, being together as one as women, definitely.
Wow, wow. Yeah. So being a musician, it's been a difficult time for musicians during this pandemic.
Yeah.
How have you managed to cope with that?
It's been really difficult, like 2020, we're in 2021 now. So in February, I released my single Born Again, and literally a month later, COVID hit. So I prepared the campaign and all the money that I spent to make it happen. It was devastating because you're at a point where you're trying to push your music and then something comes along, which is out of your control. But I understood that it was out of my control, and I had to try and use that time to use my music to heal hearts and use my platform for purpose. gratefully, my song went out and it did very well, even though the campaign wasn't pushed the way I anticipated it to be. But I was able to hear stories of people saying the song helped them through really hard times. So that was beautiful. And then looked at my platform, saw I have got a lot of people that watch. So now I said, it's not about me, even though I've always tried to do it in a purposeful way. I've got to pivot it and make it about other people. So me and my team, my brother in particular, sat down and we created the Who Am I Talk, which was an opportunity for people to come on the platform, share their story, and to help create and inspire other people. So as bad as things were, I tried to find another part of me that I could use. I was still singing, but obviously because of the social distancing and all the different places you couldn't be, I couldn't create the way I wanted to. But I still used the platform in the best way possible. And, I kept singing. I got COVID as well, which didn't help. So that kind of slowed me down somewhat when it came to my health issues. And obviously, I don't know if anyone knows much about the COVID, but it's obviously the respiratory side. So it's only now I'm actually feeling like a bit more 100%. And I'm really excited that when we're all going to get back in the studio, we'll start reliving what we love. Because we was blocked, but we wasn't blocked from creativity. It was just blocked to be seen in festivals and do more shows. But I think at this time, I was more visible than I've ever been. My platform exploded at that time we was in COVID. So it was a blessing to me as well as it had its moments. So I'm grateful.
Wow, wow, wow. So, so that we're coming out of lockdown, what are your hopes for, for women especially, and how do you feel women have coped during the pandemic?
I think we're amazing, like I always say, and I know I'm going to be a little bit, as I say, impartial because it's me and I'm a woman, but I believe, when you think of all the different stories, you're seeing women at homeschooling, we're being wives, we're having to still maintain the household and work. So we've shown up and shown that we're quite special in how we can handle situations globally across the waters. Some, unfortunately, women have had it really tough at this time, but they've always found a way to persevere and pivot their businesses or create new businesses in this time. I've met a lot of women, and I've actually helped promote some brands which have been created in the pandemic under lockdown. So that says how special we are, and they all happen to be women too. I believe coming out of this, there's been a lot of social awareness that have been created about women's rights and what we stand for, how we're being treated. One of the strong things that have come up under this pandemic is in relation to domestic violence. That has definitely highlighted how serious this has been within this season. So coming out, I believe more women are going to be more aware and be able to shout and basically have a voice on how they've been feeling and how they've been treated. And I just feel there's a togetherness. I feel coming out, we've learned a lot about ourselves in this season. I don't think we're going to be stagnant. I think a lot of women will be growing beyond their wildest dreams, will be feeling that fear and going and pushing themselves to whatever they need to do, and with faithfulness throughout the whole process. So I'm excited to see what is going to happen for the rest of 2021, and what does 2022 look like. I'm already planning and thinking ahead, trying to.
Well, yeah, and with Hera, we are building and wanting to build a women's city, and it will be open to men and children. But we want to have things like a university, wellness center. What would you, as a woman, want to see in that women's city?
Wow. As a woman, as I said, we're so multifacets, and hearing there's a wellbeing and educational academies and things I hear that they'll be doing. I want to see a place where people can come together. I feel we need a safe space because globally, not every woman's got the same opportunities as we do in the Western world. So we want places where people can meditate, people, as you said, wellbeing areas where they can come together and share experiences and learn from each other. Because I think we are not knocking or saying anything against men, but they're very good at that. They found that platform that they can share, the boys clubs and things like that. But I feel what we need to have is more situations where as women we can share, mothers, all different stages. I've had this thing the other day, I was talking about it with somebody. What we don't have is mentors throughout our whole life. We almost tend to get them as we're an adult, but what about someone teaching us about vision boards when we're young to then teach us all the different stages of our lives? So in that room, I envisage young women, middle-aged women, women in their 20s, all sharing collectively. Because yes,
Yeah.
we are going to make mistakes as we go along, but why can't somebody tell us some stuff from the beginning so we can avoid those mistakes? But it would be relationship things going on with our bodies and changes that we start coming through as we turn into the latter parts of our lives, how it is to raise a family, what it's like to be pregnant, and the list goes on, and how to deal with grief and all those different things. So what do I see about Hera? I would love to see a safe space for people to share, for people to work together, mentorships, people who have established and reached certain parts of their career and success, to bring all those things down to other people. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what that comes and what the future holds for Hera. Very excited.
Wow, wow. For yourself, what would you say is a message you'd give to your younger self?
Oh, wow. If my younger self, I would say I took a lot of risks. I was a risk taker. I had a little bit of a streak in me that I'd go for things. But I would say that I would definitely, even at a younger age, network even more. Have, as I said, a selection of people that can walk with you through your journey. And I wanted somebody to then see what's in you and bring it out. So sometimes you find this discovery when you're a bit older, but it'd be great to be around people that can see in you what you can't see within yourself, and would have ended up pushing me even further at a younger age, teaching you certain skills when it comes to money management, teaching you stuff about how to build a business from very, very young. So I wish I had the opportunities to be around that type of collective to then champion me a bit more. I'm not saying I didn't have that. I had an amazing family, amazing upbringing, but just my younger self, I look at how I am now. And if I had that fire in me even younger, I would be just out of this world, just amazing in my 20s and early teens. So younger self, listened around to other people more, been around more adults that were successful, which would have laid the foundation for me to be where I am now. Because I've had to learn so much in my 20s and 30s, which I think if I had more people around me, I would have fast tracked even further to where I am now. So yeah, younger self, just more networks, more people. I wouldn't change anything that I'd gone through, any heartache, any pain, because that's what shaped me. So people will go, I wouldn't have had that relationship, or I wouldn't have gone down that journey. No, I think the same journey would have been exactly what I would have done, but I would have had more people around just shaping me and giving me all the different nuggets to go further. Maybe education, I would have loved if I went to one of the top Ivy schools. That would have helped me, because what I know now, I would have been fast tracked going to those schools, things like that.
Yes, wow, wow. That a lot of people have said exactly the same as yourself, that they wouldn't change some of the hardships and mistakes that they've made, because it's what has made them who they are now, which is a very, very important thing, that things shape us and shape our future and our destiny and who we are. What would your message be to women out there to make themselves a strong message that you carry yourself for women?
I would say to them never to give up. A lot of people don't move forward in life because of self-doubt or fear. And if you feel that fear, that's good, because it's uncomfortable, because uncomfortable situations make you grow. So I will say to them, no matter what your circumstances, the light will come, as long as you have the faith to want to push forward towards that. Whatever that circumstance is, it's only for a time, and you will break through, and you've got to have the will to move to the next level. So someone who could be in more of an emerging market environment, I love the fact that some of them will see beyond their circumstance. So see beyond your circumstance, never give up. Be kind and share love, because love is actually the circle of everything. And you'll be surprised when you're giving and caring with others, people will look out for you and actually give something back to you. So with everything you do, try your best to be warm and courteous towards that journey, but never give up. It's very easy to start something and stop it halfway. And nobody should have in their mind a thought that they didn't give it a try. They didn't try. You don't want that woulda, coulda, shoulda in the future. You want to know that you gave it your best. So never give up and go for what's yours, and let nobody tell you that you can't be successful, because it starts with you before anyone else.
Yes, wow. It does start with us, because a lot of times we think that someone else, we can go to mentors and they can talk to us and try to shape us into who we envisage ourselves to be. But as you said, it all starts with yourself and changing yourself.
Yes.
So it's very important. You mentioned earlier about women fixing each other's crowns. Can you expand on that?
Definitely. You know, throughout my journey, I've been very grateful and blessed to have amazing women like yourself, Mercy, in my space and in my presence. But I do find that we can be very competitive. And sometimes you don't realize that competitiveness is good because it makes you drive, but you're supposed to support one another through the journey, not look at each other as competition. Everyone has an opportunity in the space to be the best person or the best version of themselves. We need to keep championing each other and also get into the habit of sharing affirmations to each other, calling each other queen, saying well done. All those things are important. No matter what level of success you all attain to, everyone's walking on that journey to achieve the same goal. So recognizing that you support each other, you don't tear each other down. If someone says something wrong, you then speak to them privately, not openly on public forums or social media. Find ways to keep each other on the same space and look after one another. Fixing each other's crowns, really powerful. We all have a crown. But the last thing you want to do if you see someone's crown's a little bit wobbly is to actually make it even more wobbly and let it fall off. You help each other. Because through different experiences and different levels of experience, you can see things in someone that someone else might not see about themselves. You don't tear each other down by that. You say, my sister, I can help you, or would you thought about doing this? So fixing each other's crowns is a really important fundamental part of being a woman. Look out for each other, build a community, and look after the village that you have, whatever you've created. That's my thoughts on that.
Okay, thank you. It's been a wonderful interview, and I'm sure it's been very, very different for you.
It is. But it's nice. Thank you. It's lovely, and it's nice for your voice to be heard and for you to share your story, and also hoping your story can help inspire others, because it's important. Everyone has a journey. So thank you so much. And being on this platform for Hera, it's about women empowerment, and I'm very much about that. And I just wish you all guys so much success for the future and what you're doing in your plights.
So if people want to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so if they can go to my website, www.renebyrd.com, Rene Byrd Official on Instagram, I'm very active on that, and Facebook, Rene Byrd Official Global, and Rene Byrd World is on Twitter. So I'm all over the socials, and I'm quite responsive, and I like to connect with people. So please say hello, wherever you may be.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.